Picture this. You're at a coffee shop and she walks up to say hello. In the next 3 seconds, her body will tell you everything you need to know about whether she's attracted to you or not. But here's the catch. 99% of men completely miss these signals because they're looking for all the wrong things. What I'm about to share with you isn't some pickup artist nonsense. This is hardcore psychology, backed by research, that reveals how a woman's nervous system betrays her deepest feelings before her conscious mind even knows what's happening. By the end of this video, you'll have a superpower that most men will never possess, the ability to read attraction like a human lie detector. Let's be brutally honest for a moment. Most dating advice tells you to look for obvious signs: the hair flip, the giggle, the prolonged eye contact. And sure, those can be indicators, but they're also easily faked, consciously controlled, and often misleading. The real truth? When a woman feels genuine, raw attraction, her body responds in ways she can't control. We're talking about involuntary biological responses that happen in milliseconds, responses that evolution hardwired into our DNA millions of years ago. Today, I'm going to decode 5 of these hidden signals. These aren't just signs she likes you. These are neurological and physiological responses that indicate she's experiencing genuine sexual attraction, the kind that makes her heart race and her rational mind take a back seat. And here's what makes this so powerful. Once you know what to look for, you'll never question whether she's interested again. You'll have certainty in a world full of mixed signals. Let's start with something so subtle that most men never notice it, yet it's one of the most reliable indicators of attraction: her breathing pattern. When a woman feels that electric spark of chemistry, her autonomic nervous system kicks into overdrive. This isn't something she can control any more than you can control your heartbeat when you're startled. Here's what to watch for. As she approaches you, or right when she says hello, you might catch her taking a sharp, quick intake of breath, almost like she's inhaling your presence. Or you'll hear a delicate sigh that escapes just before she speaks. This happens because her body is flooding with stress hormones, but the good kind. Adrenaline, norepinephrine, and dopamine are coursing through her system, causing her breathing to become shallow and rapid. Her body is literally preparing itself for intimacy, even though her conscious mind might be thinking about something completely different. The beauty of this signal is that it's almost impossible to fake convincingly. You can't just decide to breathe differently and make it look natural. This is pure, unfiltered biology at work. I remember coaching a client who was completely oblivious to this. He'd been going on dates for months, wondering if women were attracted to him. Once I taught him to listen for this breathing pattern, everything changed. He started picking up on attraction signals he'd been missing his entire dating life. Now forget everything you think you know about smiles and attraction. Most men wait for that big, beaming grin that lights up her whole face. But here's the paradox. When a woman feels intense sexual attraction, she often does the exact opposite. What you're looking for is what I call the flash and fade, a quick, private smile that appears for maybe half a second before she consciously suppresses it. It's like watching her subconscious mind leak through for just a moment before her rational brain takes control and shuts it down. Why does this happen? Because genuine sexual attraction feels vulnerable. When she looks at you and feels that pull, part of her wants to smile. It's an automatic response to pleasure. But another part of her, the part that's been conditioned by society and past experiences, tells her it's too risky to be so transparent about her feelings. So you get this fascinating internal battle played out on her face in real time. The smile appears because she can't help it, then vanishes because she's trying to protect herself. This is completely different from a fake smile or a polite social smile. Those stay longer because they're conscious performances. The flash and fade smile is pure authenticity, a glimpse into what she's really feeling before her defenses kick in. Once you start noticing this pattern, you'll see it everywhere. And when you do catch it, you'll know with absolute certainty that she's feeling something real for you. Most people know that attraction can change someone's vocal tone, making it softer, warmer, or more sultry. But what they don't realize is that intense attraction can actually cause a woman to temporarily lose control of her vocal cords. When her nervous system is flooded with attraction chemicals, it affects the fine motor control needed for speech. Her vocal cords become slightly tense and her breathing becomes irregular. The result? Her voice might crack slightly, become breathy, or have a subtle quiver that she can't control. This isn't nervousness in the traditional sense. This is arousal affecting her physiology at the most basic level. It's the same mechanism that makes people's voices shake when they're extremely excited or emotionally overwhelmed. Listen carefully during those first few words she says. Does her hello sound a little breathless? Does her voice have a slight tremor? Is there a huskiness that wasn't there before? These vocal changes happen because the same neural pathways that control sexual arousal also influence speech production. When one system gets activated, it can temporarily interfere with the other. I've seen guys completely miss this signal because they're so focused on what she's saying rather than how she's saying it. But once you train your ear to pick up these subtle vocal changes, you'll have access to information that goes straight to her emotional core. Here's something fascinating about human behavior. We're creatures of habit, especially when it comes to social interactions. Greetings follow predictable patterns: eye contact, verbal exchange, maybe a handshake or hug. We do this thousands of times in our lives and it becomes automatic. But when a woman feels strong attraction, something interesting happens. Her instinctive brain starts overriding her social programming. Instead of following the normal greeting sequence, she might lean in before speaking, reach for physical contact earlier than usual, or combine touching and talking in a slightly rushed, overlapping way. It's like her body is trying to skip steps to get closer to you faster. This isn't social awkwardness, this is primal desire bypassing learned social behavior. Her rational mind knows the proper way to greet someone, but her attraction is creating an urgency that makes waiting feel unbearable. You might notice her starting to extend her hand for a handshake, then pulling back and going for a hug instead, or she'll begin speaking while simultaneously reaching out to touch your arm. These micro-disruptions in the normal flow reveal that something powerful is happening beneath the surface. The key is recognizing when these pattern breaks happen specifically around you. If she greets everyone else normally but breaks her rhythm with you, that's your green light that attraction is influencing her behavior on an unconscious level. Now we get to the most powerful signal of all, one so deeply rooted in evolutionary biology that it transcends culture, age, and personal background. This is the exposure of pulse points. Pulse points are areas where blood vessels are close to the skin surface: the neck, wrists, inner elbows, and collarbone area. These spots are not only highly sensitive but also rich with scent glands that release pheromones. When a woman feels genuine attraction, she'll unconsciously expose these areas more than usual. You might see her tilt her head to expose her neck, sweep her hair to one side revealing her collarbone, or rest her hand near her throat while talking to you. This behavior is ancient, literally millions of years old. It's a subconscious way of releasing her natural scent and signaling sexual availability. She's not thinking, I should expose my pulse points to attract him. Her body is doing it automatically because that's what human females have done for millennia. When they encounter a desirable mate, the neck tilt is particularly powerful because it's also a sign of trust and submission in the animal kingdom. When she exposes her throat area to you, she's essentially communicating that she feels safe enough and attracted enough to be vulnerable in your presence. What makes this signal so reliable is that it's extremely difficult to fake convincingly. You can't just decide to act like you're attracted and make these movements look natural. They have to come from a genuine internal state. Pay attention to how she positions herself during your conversation. Is she unconsciously creating opportunities for you to notice these intimate areas? Is she touching her neck or collarbone while talking to you? These aren't random gestures. They're biological imperatives driven by attraction. So there you have it. 5 scientifically backed signals that reveal when a woman is genuinely attracted to you. Not just being polite or friendly. The irregular breathing, the flash and fade smile, the vocal tremors, the disrupted social patterns, and the exposure of pulse points. But here's the thing. Knowledge without application is useless. Starting today, I want you to become a student of human behavior. Pay attention during your interactions. Notice these subtle cues. Train yourself to see what's really happening beneath the surface of social pleasantries. Remember, these signals work together. You're not looking for just one. You're looking for clusters of these behaviors that paint a complete picture of attraction. And here's a bonus insight. Once you can accurately read these signals, your confidence will skyrocket. You'll never again have to wonder if she's interested. You'll never again misread friendliness for attraction or miss genuine interest because you were looking for the wrong signs. This is the difference between guys who seem to effortlessly connect with women and those who constantly second-guess themselves. The successful ones aren't better looking or more charming. They're just better at reading the signals that women are already sending. If this opened your eyes to a completely new way of understanding attraction, I want to hear about it. Leave a comment sharing your biggest takeaway, and don't forget to subscribe for more psychology-based insights that give you a real edge in dating and relationships. Your future self, the one who never misses another attraction signal, will. Thank you for taking action today.